But nobody can take it from you. It's your car. Mm-hmm. And I think that the details are what everybody's focused on. It's not the big picture. It's the details. Like, how can we make this person more insecure? How can we make this person want something else? Want more? And I'm not saying be comfortable. You should always want more. But stay where you're at. Don't put yourself into a bad situation to please the mass. Because I promise you, once you start to struggle, the masses will not help you.
100%.
Once they come and get all your stuff and all you got is your mom's bedroom, that's why a lot of people are going back to living at home, by the way.
Yeah.
It's because they've lost everything trying to save face.
I promised you an amazing show today, and here it is. I know a lot of people my age, oftentimes when we look at the state of the world today, we feel that things are bleak and things are headed in the wrong direction. We don't have a lot of faith in humanity. We don't know what AI is going to do. But after this conversation today, you will feel the way I felt listening to these three young people, all in their 20s, all Gen Z. They give me hope, and I think they will do the same for you. They're super smart, inspiring, poised, beyond mature for their age. And I wanted to know what it's like to be a Gen Zer in 2025, what challenges they face, the approach it with grace, knowledge, and so much wisdom. So if you yourself are from their generation, you will greatly benefit from this. And if you have children that age, you don't want to miss this episode. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Welcome to Manhood Matters. Let's get to it.
In the living room, finds his voice. Four souls gathered, making a choice. Speak of life's great news, sugar to cope. From a black man's lens, each word a keynote. Mental storms, physical strife, hustling hard, the pulse of life, race love, and the entrepreneurs climb real tall echoes and find time.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Yeah, we're back.
Hello.
I have with me a special co-host today, Nai.
Whoop.
Hey, baby.
Hello.
Can't wait for you to start your own pod.
One day.
Yeah,
Coming soon.
gotcha. Can't wait.
Yes.
And we have Julian in the house and
sir.
Christian, a.k.a. Kiki.
Good to be back.
Yeah, man. Good to have you. What's up, Kiki?
How are you?
I'm good, man. So the conversation today is going to be about young men and challenges that you guys are facing on a daily basis.
Cool.
Yeah, I just want to know what it's like because it's a different era. I wasn't forced to grow up as quickly. And I feel like you guys have had to grow up a lot quicker than I did. That's the first thing that comes to mind when I think about, like me in my 20s versus you in your 20s.
Right.
Because I was doing childish things in my 20s. So have you guys at all contemplated that and seen how it compares?
I mean, I've personally talked to my dad and a few other adults about their young adult days. I'm not going to put my dad's business out there, but he has told me that he enjoyed himself. At least he was free, enjoyed his time, enjoyed being young. I think we definitely still do that, but you're right. A lot of our generation had to grow up pretty early for... It's hard to say, but everyone has different reasons, But I think technology definitely played a part in speeding that process up.
Yeah, for better or for worse, I kind of feel like it definitely did, right? Because you're thinking about, you get to see the entire world.
Your world is a lot smaller than ours is.
It was. Yeah. Let's start with you specifically. So you're a professional athlete. Do you feel that had something to do with it? I guess be your own steward.
I would say so, yes. Because this was kind of the career path that I was set on for pretty much my entire life. Ever since I was a kid, it was just what I was going to do. There was no other option. There was no plan B. There still really isn't, which I don't know if it's a good thing, but, the way that I was raised, I kind of had my mind set on one thing, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
You don't really change that. You don't detour from that.
Yeah. You don't want to renegotiate the contract that you set for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, me, myself, I'm still looking for what I want to do. I don't have a set path. I'm still discovering. I'm still finding new things to do, different jobs. Just got back into door-to-door to try that out once again. But yeah, I do have a dream. That dream is to go to school, and I do want to major in nursing. That's the ultimate goal. I'm not sure if I'm taking the right steps to get there.
That's news to me. I didn't know that.
I was about to say, wait a minute.
Right.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Team Julian. No, but I'm down.
How about identity, especially with social media? Do you find that it's easy to still know who you are, or do you find that you guys get lost in the noise a little bit, if you're being honest with yourselves? seeing a lot of the lies on social media, because a lot of it is just make believe, but it still creates this illusion of a race, so to speak, right? Like, this is where my peers are. This is what I'm trying to accomplish. These people are already so far ahead of me. Do you guys find that pressure to be something that you care about? Does it impact you in any kind of way?
It does impact me a little bit, like seeing, especially friends, seeing that they're where I guess I should be at. They were in college, like right out of high school, and they're still on that path to get to their career. And they're always posting about it. So it does like hit me a little bit, like that's where I could be, but not to the point where I'm like, it's bringing me down to where I should give up. If anything, it's kind of motivational, seeing them there. And I'm like, I can be that eventually. It's not like something I have to hurry up and get together just so I can get there. Like, I have time, but time is also not infinite. It puts a little pressure, but it's also motivational at the same time.
Okay, I can see that. How about you?
I think personally I've done a good job at avoiding that, because it's been a while now. He knows I've gone like, what is it, 2 years now? Maybe 3 years?
Maybe longer, yeah.
With no social media. I learned really early on that comparison is the thief of joy. You know, that's talked about a lot.
Yeah.
I learned that pretty early on from my parents and just social environments.
Yeah.
For the career path that I had to take, social media will play a part in the future. You know,
Right.
It helps with brand. But for me right now, I just consider it noise. It just feels like a lot of noise that is quite unnecessary. And I feel like it does a lot of programming, and, you know, that's a whole other topic. I do agree that social media has a certain influence on, I guess, preserving your character, manipulating your character to be something that you're not, or to want to be something that you shouldn't be, something that isn't truly you. But yeah, I think I've done fairly well for myself preventing that from even being a possibility of manipulating what I believe to be my true character.
I think there's got to be like less than 1% of people who actually have access and choose not to get on social media. I know one other person like that, and he's in his 40s. He's on social media, but like if you tag him or something, he won't see it for like 8 months. He's like, I'm not even on there. How have you realized that? Have you been able to stay away from the distractions, the temptation?
I'll say probably two things. My parents being one, and second thing, I guess, just the desire to do what I want to do. And I know that what I want to do has to come with certain responsibilities and certain sacrifices. I had to deem what was necessary, and I deemed it was necessary to remove myself from that.
Yeah. For me, it sounds like, man, that'd be super hard right now.
Yeah.
Right?
You'd think, but after a while, it feels like nothing's there. It's just gone. You don't think about it.
Sorry to interrupt you. How long did it take for you to for it to be routine? To
stop itching.
Yeah.
I can't tell you honestly. I don't remember. I wish I could tell you, but I think I already kind of had a discontent for it. You know, I didn't really like it before I got rid of it, so it wasn't really that difficult after. You know, it was just like,
yeah,
finally done with this.
Gotcha.
When it comes to the young men of this generation, I always want to poke you guys' brains, obviously for some of my own benefit, but part of it too is I like to understand the way that you guys think. And I think that this generation has narrowed the perspective in almost every single avenue and increased cancel culture. So I guess, is it hard with the identity question? I wanted to tag on to that. Is it difficult sometimes to have your own opinions, speak your mind, set your own boundaries, think this way, but also think this way? Or have you found yourself grouping yourself into one mindset because it is comfortable for our generation to accept you in that way? I feel like the generations before, they were allowed to have these ideas, these perspectives. They were allowed to be like mini gypsies everywhere. But for us, it's like you think one way, and if you think this way, this is the way that you behave, especially when it comes to dating and politics and friendships and how they raise their children. Everything right now is just so micro,
controlled.
Oh, it's sick.
It's crazy how this generation is.
It is. And I think that the pressure is more so on the men.
I agree completely.
So how are you guys dealing with that? It's different, but it's interesting. I would love to hear.
So I really hope that this answers your question, but at the end of the day, I'm me. I'm Julian. It did take me a while to learn this, I guess, because, I did grow up hearing, if you think this way, don't talk to me. If you think this way, you're this and that. But I'm allowed to have my own opinions. I'm my own man. If you don't agree with what I have to say or what I think, you don't have to be around me if you don't want to. That's with society as a whole. I can still be friends with you if you think differently. That's how things were back then. Why can't it be like that now? That's how I stand on it. I'm me, and then you're you. Kiki's Kiki. My dad is my dad.
Just set those boundaries.
Yeah.
If the perspectives start to, create something where the energy is always going to be weird when you interact, then sure, set
if there's
those,
tension, then I'll learn to exclude myself from the situation. I don't have to stick around with that.
Yeah. What about you, Kiki? How are you your own man in this generation?
I think the best way that I found is just to not speak about things that you don't know about.
You just
If the world could just embrace that philosophy.
Say it one more time.
Put the people in the back.
Put some bass in your voice. Mind your business and speak on what you know about.
That's just the way that I found it to be the easiest. And quite frankly, there's just a lot I don't know about. Try not to speak about anything political, really, because I just don't follow politics. It's not for me. I feel like that's just a world I don't even want to be involved in.
Yeah.
You won't have a choice, buddy. That's not how the world works.
I understand.
Unless you pretty much move to your own tiny little island. Everything other people do will impact you.
That's the goal, man. I want to be living with the 100-year-olds in Okinawa and Japan.
I hear you.
Sipping tea.
But even then, you'll have to vote for the local governor of whatever is going on there. But I hear you. I love that philosophy. So your approach is more of an inquisitive approach. So if you're going to speak on something and you don't know much about it, you ask.
I'll ask, yeah. But I'm just not going to publicly go out and say something just because the masses. If I don't know, I don't know. I'm not going to say something I don't understand.
Yeah. So I respect that, right? Because that makes a lot of sense. I mean, you just made a very powerful statement, right? If I don't know about it, I won't speak on it. I think that what someone from my generation would say is be involved in a way. And you're right. If you're going to be a recluse, right, and you're going to live somewhere and have your own little spot, be off grid, solar power, got your own chickens and whatnot. And yeah, it's possible. But unfortunately, it's a global world and everything's interconnected. And someone that you have no idea is controlling your fate could be controlling it simply because they have eminent domain. So that little piece of land that you bought, one day they knock on your door and go, yeah, you got to sell. You go, no, I'm not. This is where I'm going to die. And they go, yeah, we're going to put a pipeline right through here. So this is what it says. You got to go. And the reason you didn't know that is because the person you didn't vote for allowed that to happen.
Yeah.
So politics impact all of us. I used to say the same thing. I hate politics. I don't want to be involved. I don't care. And then I realized it's not just the president, the governor, but it's every single person. You're not voting for the sheriff, for your local sheriff. You're making a mistake. You're not voting for your local judges. You're making a mistake. So wherever you live, you got to pay attention to what's happening there because the people that are by default are going to be put in place to run your life without you knowing. They have a huge impact on you.
Another one for me is how, because I know both of you. I know your hearts. I know how you were raised. I know the type of young men that you are. So how have you navigated being a gentleman in this generation? Because I feel like, and this is just from, you haven't been on social media much, so you don't know the rave.
I know.
But
not that far off.
Chivalry is not dead, not in my mind, it never will be. But it's definitely not as celebrated. And there are names given to men that are simply just gentlemen. And so how have you navigated, just everything is something for something. I feel like before a young man opens a door, a young man treats on a date, there's just certain things a young man checks in to like for a sign of life for a woman that he's pursuing every single day. There's just certain things now where it's like, 50-50, I need to be getting something. I'm not paying for this. I'm not doing that. It's just very strange. And if a woman is expecting to be treated a certain way, a man is called names. For instance, it's called tricking, or he's soft, or he doesn't understand the game, and it's just so strange to me because I don't understand it. And I feel bad for the men that's just the way that they are. That's just the way that they date. That's just the way that they take care of the lady in their life. They're straight presenting men. So it makes sense.
So who's calling these men that?
Other men.
Oh, other men. So it doesn't matter. 'Cause they're not pursuing men. So who gives a shit?
No, that's the thing. That's what I'm thinking they might be. But, well, to kick that out. Okay. But also women, though. Bitter women. So bitter young ladies that aren't getting the treatment that they want, or they're dealing with men that probably shouldn't be dating at all. They have no business dating because they can't take care of themselves. So then you go and you date this man that's struggling but wants access to you So then you end up in this horrible situation. Now you're making fun of the good guys. So I see a lot of good guys that are slowing down on being good because they don't want to be taken advantage of. And it's making dating a little bit difficult for them, at least for the male friends that I have. They would be that way. They were taught to date that way, but they're just not interested in either being taken advantage of or just all around looking like a clown. So they're changing their dating styles. So obviously it's very, very different from how our parents used to date back then. Obviously, you guys know that there's a difference.
Right.
So do you think that this generation has changed the way that you date and pursue young women?
Not personally.
Okay.
I'm still going to be a gentleman to any girl that lets me. And it is difficult to date in this generation for sure because they have a lot of expectations that I may not qualify for in their mind. Mm-hmm. But to me, it's just waiting for that girl that will allow me to be a gentleman. Because I love to open the door. I would love to pay the check for signs of life, doing all the stuff that I feel like I should be doing. Mm-hmm. But it's exactly like you said, like you get called names for doing that. I got called soft a couple of times. More
you
girls
said let me, so that is very true. Women have to also be receptive to that.
Exactly.
By girls to call you that?
Yes, I'm telling you, it's weird out here.
I'm petty as shit. So for me, all I hope is that you find a nigga to beat your ass. That's all I'm waiting on, so I can be there laughing. Because I'm gonna find me a beautiful woman who's classy and understands what she's worth.
Meanwhile,
because
you're fighting for your life.
Meanwhile, yes, getting beat over there.
Against a hard dude.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing. So you find someone who's a gentleman. You find someone who wants to take care of you. You find someone who protects you.
Yeah.
Because soft would come this way. To me, the only way a woman would call me soft for it to make sense is if you can't trust yourself to walk down a dark alley with me. If you're like, nah, if we're gonna go to the subway in New York, you ain't the guy, then I understand why you feel concerned.
Men are approaching me, and I'm right in front of you, and you're not saying anything.
You're not saying exactly, or I don't feel safe. Then I understand, because there's small dudes with big hearts, so it doesn't really matter if you're a small guy, right? But there's a lot of people who are, not comfortable being in your presence because you're just kind of a scaredy cat or whatever. But if you're not that dude, anything else, because I'm supposed to be tough to the entire world, but not with you.
Right.
I'm supposed to be wearing this armor. I'm supposed to have my shield and my sword ready to fight the entire world, but not with you. With you, I put this shit down. Right. That's it. Like, what the hell?
But that's what I'm saying. It's when you're dating and pursuing someone, you can never actually get to the talking and getting to know everybody because everybody's so fascinated with things like social media. It could be very vain. So I do agree with taking breaks from that. But there are some women that believe that toxicity and that aggressiveness and that pressure is what the man should be doing to show that he cares about you, to show that he loves you. So him not even wanting to go back and forth with a woman because that's just what he knows that's not the right way to do anything.
Not him, right.
That's him being soft. Like, I hit you with something crazy. You're supposed to hit me with something back. And you're just like, you got it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that with you right now. We'll talk later when you're calm. That is soft.
Shit, I'm taking over because it's too easy for me. Because there comes a point. Here's what I'm saying. Please. So there comes a point. Here's what happens. I'm not sure at what age it hits.
Yeah.
Down to what I wear, down to everything, we just don't care. I won't say things that are offensive to people, right? But I don't care at all about your opinion of me. To me, it blows my mind to know that you have to deal with this. But I'll be honest with you, we dealt with it back then too. It just wasn't as advertised and it was in your face because social media. Right. I have talked to women who have said that because they were in a relationship where it was abusive or the guy was really, really jealous and I wasn't. I don't care enough because I'm not acting all jealous and crazy. I'm like, that's not who I am.
Yeah.
So that's a little
That shouldn't be
weird
who he is either. All of you guys need therapy.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm like, yo,
this is wrong.
Exactly. But it's not a new thing.
Yeah.
The women who've dealt with abuse and who have accepted it as normal, they want it to be normal for you as well. This is normal in my world. Why aren't you acting as crazy as my ex?
They want you to change for them. And I don't believe in that. I'm going to be me.
Yeah.
Like I said before. And if you don't want that, then you don't get me.
Yeah, exactly. Christian, you've been quiet, man. What's your take on this whole being a gentleman and being who you are?
I think, again, I'm just lucky that I was raised right. I had a great father, and that's a thing that's missing right now. I think a key piece in why men aren't being men in this generation is definitely fatherhood. You need your fathers. Boys need their fathers. They need direction. And unfortunately, because of social media, a lot of male direction is there. Like, it's all online. So if they're not learning from their fathers, they're learning for what they see online.
Yeah.
And that's just swaying the masses, as it always does with everything.
Yeah.
It's what social media does. Sways the opinions.
Yeah.
Right.
Sways what you learn.
Things that make sense all of a sudden are being debated.
But the thing is, again, about this relationship and dating, when I had social media, when I was 15, 16, around then, what you would see, like on TikTok, it would be promotion of toxicity.
Yeah.
Like they would be videos where you're laying in bed on your phone at 12 a.m. and it would show you some shit where you should overthink, you should be toxic. It would just be promotion of toxicity.
Go through his
so
phone, do this. This person doesn't play about this person. And it's like,
Yeah, next time you're on their phone, type this in so you can see this, read this chat.
exactly.
This is what they're probably
There's
doing
these
while you're
guys on-
sleeping.
There's these guys on Instagram now that like they pay other guys to test their girlfriends out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's been a thing for a minute though. That's
Yeah.
That's wild.
Social media ruined
they're
it.
doing what?
it's like tests. You ask somebody to test your partner's loyalty. Like they set
They
up a
pay.
whole program and everything. They pay for it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their partners are going that easy. Like, if you would go pay, like you paid, you knew they were going. You didn't have to expose. But that's the thing. It's all the same stuff happening over and over again. But before it used to be word of mouth, and it would stay in your little town.
Yeah.
Now
It happens right now, and it's across the nation in like 30 seconds. It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, nobody has any respect for privacy anymore either.
Well, we can't get the whole world to do what you do. So what do you guys think the remedy is to salvage what's left of your society? Because there are discussions being had right now about the older generation saying that this is the last of the humans. You're about to fuck this up.
The rapture.
And we want to even have a... No, not the rapture. Wasn't that last week?
I don't know. I think it's supposed to be today.
It's a dangerous world because there's so much power with social media. And essentially, the people who control the fate of these nuclear weapons, they're going to retire and die. It's going to be y'all.
Yeah.
This is right. So my question is, picture people who are essentially going to be in charge of the entire world.
Jesus.
Science is being eradicated. You know, the education system is being eroded.
But I feel like, to be fair, our generation just missed that. I think we'll be okay. I think it's Gen Alpha, that next one after us. That's what I'm in fear of.
Exactly.
We're
You tell 'em.
maturing. we all right.
Okay.
It's going to be that.
Okay, see, when we say your generation, we think anybody younger than we are.
Yeah.
So we just put everybody in one giant bucket. So
Well, we're Gen Z.
We still had some outside time.
Alpha's after us.
What's Gen X?
Alpha's
The
like
old ones?
2009s and 10s.
what's old one, nigga? Me?
No.
What just happened? Hold on a minute. I don't know if we're going to figure this out because
Yeah, just ask what's the
Just look
generation
up-
and the
Yeah,
age.
generations and go to images.
middle of nowhere. I know how to search the internet.
Oh.
Why
Are
is
y'all
it-
okay?
I'm Gen X,
Correct.
the best generation in the world.
Damn.
We created all this stuff that you
Yeah,
guys are
go
using.
you.
Yeah, like the crack
That's right.
and all kind of stuff.
Crack? Internet? How about the internet? The crack.
That's what we just talked about was the problem. Was the internet. Thanks a lot.
Y'all
No,
left us
we-
with your problem.
Literally.
We
Now
invented
y'all
the
too grown
technology.
to be worried about it.
No. We invented the technology, but just no different than someone who invented the knife and someone who discovered fire. You decide to commit arson.
Oh,
Don't point at me.
right. Do a circle.
No, but that's actually, the tools are there, right? But
Right.
you were saying something about your generation. I'm sorry. You were saying that you think your generation, the Gen Z generation, is going to be perfectly fine.
Yeah, because we just missed all that AI stuff. Like the ends of our generation, like the 2008s. I'm not even going to go as far as to say the 2012s because they, like us as high schoolers, we didn't have the AI when we were in high school.
Right.
That came
Now.
a couple years ago now.
Right.
So we graduated correct. We were cheating. We
didn't
still
even
had the
have
internet.
ChatGPT.
We all cheated. We all found a way.
Somehow, some way.
Yeah, some kind of way. But it wasn't like, hey, I could just rest my brain, leave it at home on the shelf, and go in some kind of way graduate.
But we still had to be creative some way
Correct.
to cheat. You still had to use some ability to cheat. Now you just type it in ChatGPT, make this the best way possible. Do it.
And tell it. Don't make it sound like chat, by the way. Make it sound like me. Dumb it down.
Yeah. Then you
can
can
tell,
edit it
yeah.
and be like, nah, one more time.
Yeah.
I go back and forth.
Too
with mine.
smart.
Technology is beautiful, man. Humans are just humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
Someone said on the podcast too, they said exactly that. They said technology is amazing. AI won't destroy us. stupid humans using AI will destroy us.
Correct.
It will not be AI that's going to become sentient and just like ruin the world. It'll be us. What was that generation?
Alpha.
The one after you guys?
Alpha.
It'll be them.
Yeah, for sure.
Great.
Hopefully by then I'm on my little island. All right. I just spent a little bit of time here on the soapbox kind of shitting on your generation, right?
Why not?
Why not? You know, you can't shit on mine because we're awesome.
I disagree.
Okay. There are books. Has your generation written a book yet?
Wow.
Don't worry, we'll make some in a couple of years when we're your age.
Right.
Yeah, ChatGPT.
Therapy.
But like, the question is, you're being told a lot. I know there's a lot of pressure on you guys. You know, figure it out. Know what you want to do. Get it accomplished. Get it done. When I was your age, I was doing X, Y, and Z, and you guys aren't doing enough, etc. And maybe not you personally, but I'm sure you guys are familiar with that narrative.
Right.
But I don't see a ton of guidance for that to be a fair chastisement or any kind of request, so to speak.
A lot of unsolicited advice, I think, but no steps. Like, okay, yeah, I hear you. You're telling me from your perspective that I shouldn't be doing this. Okay, great, but like
what should I be
help
doing?
me. Like I'm doing life for the first time, as you are. But what's next? Like, where do I go from here? I know what I shouldn't be doing, but knowing what I should be doing is kind of where I'm at. And I think that you get a lot more advice from the people that you don't really want to be like.
That one's easy. I always found that why would you want to take directions from them because they haven't been where you're trying to go.
Right.
So don't listen. But at the same token, is it fair to say that you're not getting guidance? I know I just said it, but is it fair to say that you're not getting it when there's so much information available on the internet? Like whatever you want to do, whatever you want to be, you have more access today than anybody in the world's ever had for free.
Is not fair, even though we do have the internet to figure it out. I still have to figure that thing out myself. So it's just like, I guess, a live and learn type of thing. Try it. If it doesn't work, try it again, and then try to figure out the right way. Or try to find someone that has been or is where you are trying to go and listen to them instead of listening to some bozo that isn't where you are or where you want to be.
Can I be honest, though?
Please.
I think the one thing that our generation lacks that yours does not, to your point, is that our generation lacks discipline in every sense of it. Because you've said this to us so many times. It's not the information on how to be a millionaire is out there. It's not a big secret. You don't have to join a secret society. There's no pledging. It's out there. It's free. You can buy it for $19.99, $40. You can go to a seminar, whatever you want to do. It's out there. You just have to do what you need to do and apply how you need to apply to become one. And the 1% or less than does it. So it's the same thing with us, I think. It's the good advice is there. The shows are there. The seminars are there. The people are there. If it's a couple you want to start getting mentorship from, or if it's someone in your profession, or if it's anything like that, it's out there. It's just going out there, finding it, doing the research, being disciplined, changing your lifestyle. And I think that's the hardest thing for us because we, again, not to blame social media, but everybody is falling into this fake reality where you can just change your mind every 15 seconds and you can be who you want to be, but there's always going to be work behind everything. But I think everybody just shows the beautiful side of everything and not the work that goes behind it. They don't show the hours that you're grinding, the frustrations, the one idea failing and the next one starting back up. Like nobody's really pushing out the real anymore. So you don't really know what advice to take because you don't know how much of it is genuine. So I think staying away from advice, but more so sticking towards research and plans and short-term goals and long-term goals and business plans and accountability partners. And that's more so where your mind should be and not just listening to advice.
Solid.
Yeah. Do you think that also everyone just wants the rewards a whole lot quicker?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
so
for sure.
Everyone's looking for like, what do you
Instant
call it?
gratification.
It's
Dopamine.
Yeah, no. When they're looking for that hack, everyone needs a hack, right? Like
The shortcut.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
man,
get rich quick.
Give me this play so I can go run it real quick, and then boom, I can make a ton of money. To your point, what they're seeing is the guy who's already done this. He's only showing you the success.
Right.
He's not showing you. When you go pick up a book, for example, and you decide to read someone, like a book by any one of the greats, and you watch and you go 10, 15 years of failure And they explain all this to you and they break it all down. These guys are not about the internet. They are not like, oh, look at me, look at my lifestyle, look at my private jet. Now, they'll tell you this is what happened. They tell you, like, look, we were doing this and we were failing and we went again and again and again and again. Number one, know what you want to do, know what you want to accomplish. And but you also have to understand that most people, they overestimate what they can do in 1 year, but they all underestimate what they can do in 10. Again, you have to have the right vehicle. You don't want to get into something where you're just like, I don't know, I'm going to sell pet rocks and give it 10 years and see if it works. Because
I'm really into it.
Yeah. You still have to pick the right vehicle. It has to make sense. It has to be a need. You have to be solving a problem, etc. But at the end of the day, if you're not going to stick to it and you're not going to work hard at it for close to a decade, if it's your own dream, your own passion, I think that's what's missing. So if I were to say, hey, what are you going to do in the next 10 years? It's 2025. You've got till 2035. What does your life look like and how are you going to get there?
30 is not that far away, guys, just to let you know. You blink and then you're almost there.
Yep.
Very close.
I mean, me and him, we just got here. It's our first day. I don't know.
First day at 20. Just turned 20.
The image has changed due to certain things over the years, but I mean, the bigger picture has always kind of been the same. Like I said, it's always just been one thing and one thing only. It's still going to be a part of my life then, even if I'm not playing. It's still going to be a part of my life. But no, I don't have the full picture yet. But I have an idea of who I want to be. And I think right now that's more important to me.
I like it.
I think I'll figure out eventually where I want to be. But for now, I think the identity is real important. I think I must obtain that first.
Yeah.
My strong willpower would be the core that kind of pushes me to continue being a good man, a good soul. I think I would say because of my father, I'm very spiritual. So I want my soul to be clean. I want to be a good person on this earth. So I guess everything that I do kind of goes towards that aligns my decisions, that aligns the path that I go on in my life. So wherever I end up, I just want to make sure that my soul feels right.
Dang.
What's yours?
Yeah, like
But it's not about your soul being good.
that's a part of it, maybe. No one knows where they're going to be in 10 years, but I would like to help people not only as on a personal level, but as a, as a career. As I said before, what I really want to accomplish is being a nurse. And that's been a thing since I was a kid. I've always wanted to help people in any way, shape, or form. So just to have that opportunity and be able to share that with a lot of people in that field specifically.
Oh,
That's cool, man.
I'm going to cry. One wants a good soul and the other one wants to help people.
Yeah.
I
You're some better boys in your family.
I think also what's pushing me too is just this generation. I feel like a lot of us are not going to be good souls.
We need help.
10 years.
Need some good representation for sure.
Yeah,
We're losing
I
it.
agree.
All right, let's talk about finance for a little bit.
Yeah.
Moving out at 20, having your own, buying a car, doing all these things. Is there pressure to do that, or how realistic is that today in your world?
Well, I mean, it's realistic if you want to do it. You can get a job, save up and get a car, save up and move out. It's not easy, but it's possible. And it's when you see that expense list that it gives you a really big reality check. That's when you're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
maybe I don't want all that.
So are people your age staying at home a little longer now, as opposed to, because I couldn't wait to move out.
I think I'm a special case because for me, this sounds bad, but I've been looking to move out since I was like 15.
Who doesn't?
But that was just because I had to grow up really early. I went to Portugal by myself for 3 months. I lived there alone, and I had to grow up and live like an adult for 3 months. 3 months sounds short, but for a 14-year-old who was basically pampered his whole life, that felt like an eternity. But it changed me. And then after that, like throughout the years, 15, 16, 17, I was used to it. I was used to being alone. I was used to living alone. Yeah. So I would just go out to wherever I was, and especially since I've been playing in academies, I've just been away from home. So being at home actually feels uncomfortable to me. I'm already past that point.
What about yourself, Julian? Would you prefer to live on your own, or do you feel that it's more economical and makes more sense to stay where you are while you build, considering how expensive life is?
Julian can't cook.
And I can learn. Internet.
He needs people.
Anyways.
Huh?
Rice cookers and air fryers. That's all you need.
Oh,
That's all you need.
period.
That's it.
He'll survive.
Life is good. So there you go.
Right. So in the current state that I'm in, I think it would be roughly the same if I just get my own place. So I would like to get my own place because I'm already paying rent, and then on top of that, I'm paying for insurance and other bills,
And groceries and phone
Right.
bill and all
I'm
that.
already contributing to the house, so I feel like if I got my own place, I already know how to do certain things. Now, I'm terrible at budgeting. Once I take care of the necessities, I'm like,
Well, the first time you get kicked out of an apartment, that'll solve that problem.
I really hope I don't have to get to that point, you know?
You'll learn to budget real quick.
Real quick.
But yeah, I would like that sense of freedom because that's what I got. I think when I first went to university, just being alone was like, this is great. Mm-hmm. I don't need anyone to wake me up. Now I did have to wake up, but it was like I don't have anyone telling me what to do. I can just be my own person. And you also said, do you see a lot more people staying in their houses, like with their families? Was that part of the question?
Yeah, is that something you guys are seeing now with your generation, with your friends? Are
Not
they
celebrated.
Yeah, or is moving out like a thing? Because in some cultures, you don't leave until you're married. They stay in the house. You know, they participate, they contribute, they help, and they do all that stuff. And hell, in the Haitian culture, it's like that. In Haiti, not here. It was a normal thing for a 34, 35-year-old man who was unmarried to still live at home, but he was working. He was paying the bills. He basically became the man of the house. Sometimes dad was retired or whatever, but that's the guy. That's the man, right? But he was still living at home, and there were bills that he just didn't have because he stayed there until he got a wife, and then she moved out. He moved out, and they went and got their own place.
That's what I'm saying. Like, our generation celebrates weird things. Like, you have to have increased debt. Like, you're made fun of if you don't. Like, if you can live home with your family, you have your own space, you're not bothering anybody, you're not having to pay certain bills, you can save, you can invest, you can do all of these different things. Usually, if you live home, that's the setup. And you're able to do that, and you can stay there until you graduate, or you're in your career, you're married, or whatever it is. Then that makes sense. But now it's like, he don't have his own car, or he does have a car, but it ain't no note, it's one of those cash cars. Like, since when was owning your car like a bad, are y'all okay? And then it's the same thing with living at home. Like, he don't have his own spot. Why does he need to be paying rent somewhere if he has his own space? As long as he's not sharing a room with his mom, like, who cares? Everything
Not sure if you guys
pushing them out.
Not sure if you guys would know this, but is this more of a black thing? Because I gotta tell you, like, the average millionaire wears regular clothes. You've seen the way Bill Gates looks when he goes out, right? And he's not a millionaire; he's a multi-billionaire. They are not showing off for anybody,
Right.
And I'm not saying that the black ones are, but I'm wondering with that young generation, if they're looking at social media and they're feeling that that's the way it should be.
Man, black people got a lot to correct culturally. We got a lot.
Yeah.
Too impersonable. It's just not knowing better. I think it's just everything is very surface level, and you have to look the part. And it's because that confidence is not there, that maturity is not there. I'm not going to say it's lack of intelligence. I think ignorance is just, it's such a bad word that it's okay to be ignorant in a certain subject and then want to learn and want to progress. And I think that if you just want to look the part, right? You want to drive a nice car. You want to have your own place that has all the lights everywhere. You want to have a great job. You want to have all this money that you can flash around. It's like, it's just looking the part. Nobody cares if you're emotionally mature, if you're healed, if you're spiritual at all, if you're a good person in any capacity, if your family even likes you. Like, those are not the things that are celebrated at all. But if let you be a 24, 25-year-old man and you're still living at home and you drive a car that you might have to roll the window down, but nobody can take it from you. It's your car. And I think that the details are what everybody's focused on. It's not the big picture. It's the details. Like, how can we make this person more insecure? How can we make this person want something else? Want more? And I'm not saying be comfortable. You should always want more. But stay where you're at. Don't put yourself into a bad situation to please the mass. Because I promise you, once you start to struggle, the masses will not help you.
100%.
Once they come and get all your stuff and all you got is your mom's bedroom, that's why a lot of people are going back to living at home, by the way.
Yeah.
It's because they've lost everything trying to save face.
Well, it's a good thing they lost it early. right? Because they 18, 19, they move out, they go do all this other stuff, and by 21, they lose it all and they go back home, which is fine because you're still just 21.
Exactly.
Right? At that point, it's like, oh, maybe you've learned,
Yeah.
and then you could do something a little bit differently.
Yeah.
We're just pushed to want more of the wrong things.
Yeah.
How about your mental health and just your mental stability, masculinity? I guess one of the first questions that I have is, do you feel safe talking about your struggles, whatever those struggles may be?
Depends on the person. Like, I can talk to immediate family easily.
She waiting for a shout out.
Your two besties are sitting right next to you, so I'm trying to figure out, do you not feel safe?
No, definitely around family for sure. But once it gets to friends, I wouldn't even talk about stuff going on at home, stuff going on with me if there is anything going on, because it depends on your surroundings.
You don't have good friends.
I agree.
Okay. That's why.
But I don't need them to talk about what I go through. I have family, and to me, that's enough because I feel like they can understand what I'm going through than anyone else. Like this circle right now, I can talk to all of you about what I'm going through, and that's enough. That's all I need.
How about you guys?
Mental health is a little bit different for me. I've been on like a fast track to just getting better every day, being better every day. Part of it is mainly because I had kids young. So I just don't want to create any more damage than I'm already destined to. You just can't ever be the perfect parent, but at least I want them to know, like, mom tried. Mom was able to have conversations through a difficult season. Mom can take constructive criticism. Mom can have hard conversations. Mom can express when she's having big feelings. And so I work through my mental health by parenting, which is insane. I'm also in therapy. I'm a part of as many groups as I can be a part of with different age groups. So I have one group of women that I deal with that are peers. We're all the same age. And then I have a different group where I'm the youngest. And I think the oldest is somewhere in her 50s. So I try to surround myself with people that I can learn from. And so when I struggle mentally, which I do, I definitely do. Therapy is not going to fix it all. I'm able to either get myself together quickly or just take a mental rest, or I can reach out to someone and just say, hey, I'm feeling wacky, what's going on? But I definitely feel like I've created that safe space. And I think that feelings are not something that should be avoided. Like if you're feeling something crazy, somebody else somewhere has felt that one thing. Just don't suffer in silence. Say something to somebody. But good counsel. Don't just start talking to people because there's someone standing in front of you. It needs to be someone that can teach you something, someone that's not going to repeat that information back to you when it's, to their benefit, someone that will actually retain the information and give you good counsel back. And if nothing else, at least just hold you when you need to be held. So
that's good stuff.
Yeah.
What about you, Kiki?
I feel bad in saying this now after both of their takes, but absolutely not. Absolutely not. That has been one of my most difficult things to conquer. It ties in with how I was raised, but for me, I feel like my safe place has become knowledge. Like I don't do therapy. I don't really talk to anybody. I feel like to figure out my problems and to feel okay, I seek knowledge. I just read. I go watch videos, I go learn about something that seems similar to my problem, but I struggle really bad with talking to people about it because I think it's a number of reasons, but I think one of the big ones is because in my mind, I've already deemed people incapable of helping me with this problem. And that kind of ties into what you were saying earlier and what you were saying as well. It's like not taking advice from people you don't feel are suited for. They're not in a position you want to be in. And I already done my whole evaluation of this person. I know this person.
Yeah.
So I put two and two together and I'm like, this problem doesn't really seem suited for this person. So I'm just going to go figure it out the way I know best. I would say that's probably my problem. Another one would be more of like I'd say probably just this happens to more than just me. I know this is like a generational thing, but the way I was basically raised like an only child.
Okay.
I had two older brothers, but they are my half brothers. They weren't always around. They were 9 and 8 years older than me. So the relationship wasn't really there.
Right.
So I was basically an only child because they left really early too. And my parents were not people I could communicate with. And a fun fact about me is I've been homeschooled since 3rd grade.
That's kind of dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've experienced the world a lot differently from people.
Very, very differently.
Very differently. Very differently. I've experienced different cultures in different countries. Like I've been around the world. I've seen a lot.
Yeah.
Still still so much more to see, still so much more to learn and experience, I know. Yeah. But yeah, for where I'm at right now, the safe space, communication, I've deemed it just to be my temple, me. I am my safe space.
That's interesting. What are some of the books that you read, or that you've read rather, that help you realize that this path you're on is the correct path for yourself?
The Alchemist.
I've read it too.
Love that book. My favorite. I've read it 6 times.
Pablo Coelho.
Yes, sir.
Do you have it here, or is it on Audible?
Everything that I have is on Audible. I might have the actual physical book. I'll see if I have it.
Another one by him that I love, though, is The Pilgrimage. It's a great one.
Not yet. I'll check that out.
You should read that one. It's a great one. Similar to The Alchemist. This book called Ikigai, I actually got it tattooed. This is what this means on my arm. It's like it's a Japanese philosophy, which means your reason for being. Mm-hmm. And it's also why I said I want to go live with the 100-year-olds in Okinawa in Japan, because they talk about a village where that's like literally their philosophy. That's their belief. They talk about the importance of community in your life and how that expands your life and just your well-being, your health, your overall physical and mental health. I talk about finding a purpose in your life, whatever it may be, just something that gives you a reason to live, that guides you so you don't feel lost. It's a beautiful book. It teaches you a lot. And I read that when I was 16 or 17, because at 15 I was still a little problem child.
And what's it called?
Ikigai.
Ikigai.
Yeah.
All right. Send me that so I can just add it to the show notes.
Will do.
It's interesting because there's, 3 different takes here. There's I've got people to talk to and I trust and I share my struggles with them. Then there's I definitely have peer groups and other groups, and there's therapy. And then there's I'll solve it myself because I'll find knowledge, because I don't trust that the people that I would go to have the resources to help me.
Yes.
I think all 3 are valid.
I'll extend an olive branch. I might not have any advice, but if you just need to call and curse, you can call. I'll mute myself and mind my business, and then you can just hang up right in my face.
Okay. All right. Well, don't worry.
There's that.
We'll hang out.
Okay,
Don't
perfect.
worry.
All right. As we wrap it up, what are your greatest fears for the next 5 to 10 years?
That I'll waste another 5 to 10 years.
Ooh.
That's it. I just want to keep going. I want the train to go, and I don't want it to stop. It's okay. I don't mind the trials. I don't mind struggling. I don't even mind starting over. But I just don't want to be like, damn.
10 years went by.
And I'm not doing nothing but getting older.
Yeah.
And my back is getting wider. I'm starting to get closer to menopause. It's not funny. Let me choke on that water.
You're like 20s, man. You're just talking about menopause. You're chill. I think you got a little while to go.
You know what I mean? You start thinking about different things in different decades. But
jeez.
I don't know. I want to be proud of me then. I don't want to look back and be like, okay, I still have more life, God willing. Like, I'm going to keep going. I want to be proud of where I'm at. Proud of my progress, I'll say.
Very nice.
Pretty much on the same boat. I don't want to wait.
Stop copying people's shit.
I'm going to build on it.
Wait a minute.
You didn't even let me finish what I was going to say. I'll say this. Basically, piggybacking off of that, but my biggest thing, and I said this on the last podcast I was on, I don't like disappointing people. That brings me down. Once I know, only to immediate family though. I don't really care about what other people say, but just hearing, you don't have to say you're disappointed, but just kind of getting around that area, that kind of brings me low. So doing something or getting to the end of that 5 to 10 year run and then just not being where, the expectation was, I guess, set for myself. Mm-hmm. I'll set my own expectations, not get there, and then not only am I not happy with where I am, but other people share the same feelings.
So you want your family just to be proud and happy of where you are?
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal. I would like my family to be proud of where I am.
Well, you're also happy where you are.
100%.
Yeah, I get it. Same thing, man.
Other than the little island moving and you don't know where to find those guys. Like, where'd they go?
I did all this research.
I just don't want to lose myself within these next 5, 10 years, I guess. I just want to make sure I stay on my path. Mm-hmm. Stay me.
Yeah.
Because I know it's very easy for man to lose his way.
Very easy. Or to go off track, and by the time you come back to the track you're supposed to be on, 10, 15 years have gone by. Well, yeah, or you come back and it's all overgrown and you can't see the path anymore. What are you most hopeful about?
Most hopeful.
No, Julian got to go first so he doesn't copy somebody's shit.
You're right, Julian, go.
Wow.
Tell us.
I was thinking.
I'm going to piggyback.
Yeah. See that?
Wow. as a man and as an individual, continue to learn, continue to find knowledge. As you always tell me a million times, knowledge isn't power. The application of knowledge is power. So not just finding knowledge, but applying that knowledge to myself and to continue to grow as a person and as a man.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback. I think I'll say within the next 5 to 10 years, the thing I'm most hopeful for is making everything that my parents gave to me worth it. They've both given me a lot in different ways, so it's gonna be pretty hard to make that happen, but I think that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Nice. Nai?
I want to be stable in my nannying nest.
In your what?
Nannying nest. That's what the nest is, my my jam. Guys, my dad doesn't know about my businesses. I bet he's going to cut this out too. so I want there to be something stable. I want to have an actual center by then. I want to be able to homeschool as well. I want to teach my children. I want to teach a lot of children. So I'm more hopeful in finally choosing me this year and choosing to start over and struggle and thrive and it just be for me and my ideas. I don't want to do it for anybody else anymore. I don't want to be under anybody's team. So I am hopeful of just being successful alone with my team.
I've given you guys a lot of shit about, how our generation sees you, but for the most part, that's just me teasing. The reality is, if anyone has a bleak outlook on things, it's probably people my age. But listening to you guys and talking to you, every generation faces their own battles. Yeah. But listening to you, seeing your outlook on life, seeing how you guys are, tells us where the world is going, and it's going to a good place. Mm-hmm. So I thank you for being on the show. I love you guys.
Love you.
So as we wrap up, someone has to do the outro.
I don't have it. I don't.
And we have to pick someone that you're going to be. Are you ready? You're Minnie Mouse. Go.
Hey, friends. Please support us by following the show. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much for listening. We'll catch you next week when we share conversations surrounding real issues we deal with every day. Manhood Matters. We're out.
She did the thing. A little voice. A little laugh. Nice.